saying
Yeah,
it.
maybe that's like "I love you, mom" in Italian. It's not a language. Well, Italian's a language. This is not a language. This is not how Italians speak.
Hello, Wyatt.
Hello, Foster.
I thought you were going to sing it back. Welcome to Game Cereal, where once a week we dip our toes into the bottom of the steam bowl and see what kind of games we can fish out of there with our little toesy toes. Is it going to be soggy or crunchy, sweet or salty? Did they forget the milk? Well, we're going to find out. And all at the cost of a box of cereal, or if Wyatt is picking that week, like 3 boxes of cereal.
I'd push the limits. I'll be honest.
I hear you. We set the $10 mark, and you crawl right up to it every time.
You know what's funny with the game I'm looking at next week? $9.99.
I hate you. You're just peeking over. You're gonna keep pushing it somehow. You're gonna be like, it's $10, it's $10.50, but there's a rebate.
I'm like, it's on sale.
It's got to climb to the top of this mountain.
Yeah. yeah. You got piss in a cup for your grandkid or whatever.
What?
That's what the guy did at the gas station. He's like, I put my grandkids like pee on my
That's
face.
right. He drinks. They right. Clean face with piss.
Yeah, something like that.
Insane show.
It's like the one time he's like, what? He's like, what are you saying?
You broke character.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, Wyatt, I want to talk to you about 2 things today.
All right.
3 things if you count the game we're going to review, but we know that's the least important aspect of this show.
I'll be counting. If you get past 2, or I guess 3 if you count the game, I'm cutting you off.
Two things.
Okay.
I'm gonna number them.
All right.
Number 1, the game UFO 50 slaps.
I saw you were playing that on Steam.
It is very good, and I wish I could pick it for.
It's not like it's not 50 like WarioWare games, right? It's like 50 actual games.
It's 50 fully fledged retro style games.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like full ass games. 50 full ass games for the price of $22 when I bought it.
All the price of
Insane.
2 boxes of cereal? You can get that game for 2 boxes of cereal?
Okay, Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's the first thing. I don't have much else to say on it other than people should go out and buy that and play that. It's a great indie game by a great indie developer. I'm not going to sync that one. Number 2, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Much like the crumpet question, but I actually know the answer this week. How many calories do you think... How many calories do you think pussy is?
I'm sorry?
I looked it up today. I looked it up today because I'm watching my calorie count, and I was just interested. I made a joke about how I can't have pussy for lunch because it's not enough calories.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, I gotta look it up now. And there is a number. Is
it like 5?
You're sucking juices. Yeah. You're close. It's 6.
Okay, nice.
Isn't that amazing?
Hey, when you're on a carb diet, shit. What are you gonna do?
Good. Yeah, it's keto.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense. How much is cum?
That's what I mean. Okay, well, you look it up so I can guess. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to be the guesser.
How many calories does cum?
Depends. I mean, if you've got full balls or not.
Looks like it does. Oh, Foster, I also have a would you rather question.
It depends how full the balls are.
It does. It's a range.
Sound you made.
There's a range of calories for this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not a lot. I'll tell you that much.
Well, am I gonna guess? You said you were gonna say something else too. You said you had a would you rather. Is that after the cum?
Yeah, I can do it after the cum.
Okay, well, I'll do the cum. I'm gonna guess 20 to 35 calories.
5 to 25 per per teaspoon. I don't know how many teaspoons are in a nut.
Bro, I'm working in tablespoons.
Yeah. I'm going pints out here.
This is just, my family's going to listen to this one. Of all the episodes, this is going to be the first one. My mom's like, I'll check out my son's podcast. When I see like the YouTube shorts of like other podcasts doing bits like this,
yeah,
I get the ick.
Like, we already have a 0% female audience. This is probably lowering that to -1.
That.
Yeah.
This is
getting rid of your girlfriend.
I can't think of a segue, so you go ahead and tell us about the game we played.
Why don't I introduce the game that I picked this week? Hand of Doom.
And then I told him, Ort, no way.
Sign a contract in blood. Travel throughout the planes of existence, slaying or befriending powerful Doom Lords in this wizard simulator inspired by the FMV games and dungeon crawlers of the early 90s. Learn powerful spells to solve puzzles and combat the dark forces amassing against you. By Torpal Duke.
I think that's his God-given name.
Man, between Millweed and Duke over here, we got some bangers. It's an RPG adventure game. You walk around and it's very clunky controls, obviously on purpose. It was definitely a stylistic choice. But you walk around and you hit buttons on the side of your screen to do like gang signs and cast spells, or you hit like interact when you walk around, and you can like punch or use whatever item you're holding. And that's the whole damn game.
That is the whole game. There's some basic puzzle solving. You're a wizard. The FMV is prevalent all the time. Like all the NPCs you see walking around are just like a dude in a costume in front of a green screen, which I love. That's awesome. You can see your little human hands every time you cast a spell.
Yep.
It's super funny. Yeah. Once again, I mean, this is by the person who made Faith, right? You said.
They're like related to them at least, because they're in the bundle. There's the bundle for
Gotcha.
like
Okay.
with Faith or something. So I assume.
Okay, I think that this went along a similar route as Faith, where it's inspired by like earlier times in a way that is really interesting stylistically and creatively and as a concept, like conceptually. But I think in practice, it makes it less fun to play.
Yeah.
If like the whole time I was like, why can't we just have normal rules? Why can't I look around properly? Like, it was obtuse, obviously purposefully, but that's a choice that I wish they would have not made, or at least given the option to like why not just give us the option to play it normally
Yeah.
rather than make us do like the weird like you have to tilt the screen up with R and F,
Yeah, you do.
and like you can't look around with the mouse. Like you have to like pivot with like WASD, and you have to strafe with Q and E. Like it's just a little bit much.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
tastes.
I got pretty used to it, to be honest, after like 20-30 minutes. But I'm
You're
also
a little PC rat.
I'm a little PC rat, and I played like every once in a while I'll load up like a old game that like has clunky ass controls, so I'm used to just kind of adapting to whatever weird controls I need to at the time. But I mean, as a Steam Deck enjoyer, I can see why using like R and F to look up and down and like having strafe buttons would like give you a stroke.
Like my hand was cramping.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like my fingers aren't used to like moving like that. Also, I've been thinking like 2 episodes ago now, I think you called me out for looking at my keyboard while I type.
Were you thinking about it the
now,
whole time?
now every time I type, I'm ashamed of myself.
That's so funny.
I was thinking about during this game. Yeah, I think not being someone who really, really, really prefers to play on a controller, like that was a little annoying to me.
Yeah.
And I was worried going into it that's because you get a sword pretty early on, and I was like, oh no, there's like combat. I'm gonna have a really hard time just like controlling this game.
There's combat for sure. It's just
It
it's silly
didn't
combat.
involve a lot of skill.
Yeah.
So I was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had a really good time with it from what I was playing. It was quirky enough. Nothing was like making me laugh out loud with the jokes, but there were like a couple bits where I was like, this is just weird enough where I'm in it. I'm with it. I did actually really like the whole vibe and the whole world that they had going on. I like that they had like lore pages, even though I didn't read most of them. I thought it was fun that they included that. And I liked fucking around and seeing what spells would work where. Like the very first spell, because how you cast spells in this game is you hit one of 4 buttons.
Est, ist, ort,
Or
F.
tall.
Tall, yeah.
And there's no spell book. Well, there is a spell book, but it's a literal spell book where you have to find the spells, or you just fucking guess, and sometimes you just get a spell. Which is the very first thing I did. I just hit 4 random ones, and I learned Blizzard like the second I got the spells. So I was able to cast Blizzard immediately and like walk across water by freezing the water beneath me. So I found like a secret in the first area, and I got like a secret area later too from it. And I also found mage armor because of that, because I was able to get to a secret area with Blizzard. So I think it's like the intent of the game is like you kind of go learn spells, then you go back to worlds you've been in, and you can explore new places and get new spells with that, or you can just brute force it. Which is or look it up, like there are a lot of options for that. But I enjoyed like that aspect. I liked just like looking around and seeing like the witch lady, or like the lady that was like on fire and was like, can you put me out? And then you put her out and she's like, actually it was kind of nice being on fire, can you just like
can you let me on fire again?
Let me on fire again? And she's like, thanks.
Yeah, the NPCs were really funny. Like, I mean, once again, like not like laughing out loud, but some slight chuckles.
I liked the party wizard who was like, I really need to get into this party, man.
I can hear the party. What kind of party does not have the party wizard?
Yeah.
I liked them. I liked the female wizard who schooled me on witches.
Yeah, she called you sexist like immediately.
Yeah. I
was like, I didn't even say shit. Yeah.
Just saying hi. Yeah.
How far did you get?
I played about 3.5 hours. I made it to the Doom Lord on the like element planet, where you should go to the 4 different element worlds.
Okay, so I had a bit of an unorthodox playthrough. So I did the whole druid area, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I went back, and since I had the ability to walk on water, I went, you know, that one door that's like blocked by water. Before I went and talked to the Wizard King, I went, okay, I'm going to do this. So I went there, and I went through that whole puzzle. And I think that's a level that was meant for later, because I got soft locked.
Yep. I saw people in the comments being like, you can soft lock yourself, be careful.
Yeah, so I made it through like a good bit of that, and I needed a push spell, and I was like, well, we're about to record for Game Serial, and I thought it was just like a secret room in there, because that's what it looked like at first. So I was like, I'm just gonna look up what the push spell is, because I want to figure out what like little goodie I get from this. But then it drops you in like a prison with like a big demon lord that's in there, and he's like doing all these blood sacrifices and shit. And you go through it. It's like it turns into like a horror game where you're like trying to hide from him. Not very good, to be fair. He gets stuck behind doors immediately if you just walk through a doorway, and he can't do anything. And he's super slow to attack, but he does kind of chase you around like Mr. X from Resident Evil. But you get through there, do a couple puzzles. The puzzles were fun in that area. I think that was the most fun I had was doing those puzzles. A lot of like pipe puzzles where you have to like rotate the pipes. But then outside of that, it was like finding little bits and yeah. And so I got to what I assume is basically the end of it, and you learn the spell to turn into a monster. And I was like, oh, sick. So I pick up the book. You learn the spell. You lose your hand at a point in there, so you can't cast spells because your hand gets chopped off. The spell regains your hand, and it goes, oh, it's going to turn you into a monster. And then a little text thing popped up that said I was too close to the wall, or like there wasn't enough space to transform. And then it wouldn't let me cast the spell because it used a word that I didn't have, which was kuth. Because I assume I get that at some point talking to the guy, because that's probably a much later level. So I just couldn't do anything, because it was like the door to move on was like, oh, if only I was strong enough to break through this. But, you know, I wasn't. So
in that case, do you do what?
You're
just not able to play the
I
game
just
anymore?
am no longer able to play the game unless I restart.
You didn't get soft lock.
I got hard locked. Yeah.
Because there's no way out of that.
I don't think there's no saves like reload. I quit.
Saves,
I quit to go back to checkpoint to see if it would maybe restart me back to like let me read the book again, and I just read it further away. But no, it locked my ass. So
yeah, that sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck that bad because it means you don't have to play the game anymore.
I kind of liked it though. I was like, man.
I'm with you. I actually like all the things that you're talking about. Like I really liked the spell casting method. I thought it was creative, right? Like, and it made you feel like you're actually learning spells because you learn the words and the sequences to click them in. And so at first, like you like may open up your spell book and in the end you'd be like, what was that? But then after a couple hours, like you're like clicking spells. Like a freaking
you're going like
wizard, master, sorcerer. Ort.
Ort.
Fireball. So I did like that aspect of it. Like I said, I liked the tone and like the humor of it as well. Where it fell short for me is two things that I think, unfortunately, just me as a person don't like in games. One, it is structured like a 3D Metroidvania.
It is a little bit.
Ways,
it is definitely, yeah.
Right? Like you do that thing where like I saw that water section and I can see there's stuff on the other side. I'm like, I don't have the fucking freeze spell or whatever it is yet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to leave and I have to come back and I'm gonna have to do that whole thing. Which I just like I don't like, because there is that enticement of like, oh, I wonder what's back there. But the traversal in this game is just walking, and it's not walking short distances. Walking really long distances at a really slow pace. And I hate walking in games. I've come to terms with this about myself. A game, in my opinion, should be fun almost moment to moment, right? Like, and I know that's like me just being a greedy little dopamine baby, but it's how I feel. Like, games don't have to be that. I mean, I know that there's other games.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. I don't think I could play that game in modern day.
Really? Your brain's too fried?
I think my brain is so fried that because I liked that game when it came out, right? But I think if I sat down to play it now, like, fuck. I've been riding this goddamn horse for 20 of my 40 hours I've been playing this game.
I love it. I love looking cool riding my horse.
I just can't sit with my thoughts this long. Yeah. So, and honestly, like, I mean, that's all a little bit of an exaggeration, right? But like, this game it does require a lot of walking from point A to point B. One of the most annoying parts was I was in the elemental world, and there's this, not even a puzzle, it's just this guy's like, you go up to the gate and he's like, man, all my friends are on fire. And you like, can you put them all out for me? Yeah. You just have to walk around putting them out. Yeah. And like, that's just not, like, there's no fun. Like, there's just no joy. Like, during that 10 minutes it took me to do that, I just like, I was frowny face emoji.
I liked when the super hot witch turned everyone into frogs.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Did you befriend the tree or did you kill the tree?
Oh, I killed it. I was like, I'm going evil playthrough.
Ooh. I befriended him. He was a homie.
Wait, so like the boss at the end was a homie?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a homie.
Okay, I was cracking up because he talks so much shit, and his whole boss battle is just slowly walking at you.
Yeah.
He's like, you shall rue the day that you gave into my lair, and then he like moves slowly while you burn his like 4 pillars down and then kill him with 2 fireballs. He's like, you got me.
He was not a warrior. Yeah, but I have a friend because I put all the trees out. Like, I rained on all the trees.
Yeah, I lit him up.
So I like restored the lands, and but then I still had to fight him.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, I feel like I could have not done that, because he was like, well, if we're gonna be friends, you better best me in battle. And I was like, okay, well, why? Like, I don't have to.
I was gonna say I like that they gave you choice, but I guess it was an illusion of choice.
Yeah, which is kind of my thing. Like,
that's most games,
like that there's other ways to go about things.
Yeah.
But in reality, the other way to go about things in that world was either douse all the trees with water or light all the trees on fire. But both of those still require the exact same thing mechanically, which is find all the trees and cast a spell in front of the trees.
Yeah.
And then you still have to fight the boss. So it's like there's really no variation there whatsoever.
Honestly, for me, it was that one spell I had to look up, and the other spell I didn't, because I knew how to type ort twice in a row, but I didn't know what rain was off the top of my head.
You know, so. Yeah, you had to talk to people. I like helped a guy out, and then he told me the spell.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean I found it. I just didn't remember it off the top of my head. I didn't want to open my book to look at it, so I'd rather just burn it.
Tall ort or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's actually tall eth.
In case you want the sauce, Blizzard is eth ort ist tall. So
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not playing this game.
When you replay it.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. Between the hand cramps and just my lack of like moment to moment enjoyment, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Just because, like, we also didn't really talk about the FMV stuff that much. I really liked it. Like, I think
I thought it was fun. Yeah.
It was really fun, and like the cutscenes were so fun. Like, yeah. It just felt like my mom used to do community theater. It felt like community theater, like in a video game, which was really fun. And I like the spooky vibes because, you know, we're getting close to Halloween.
The
I like
FMV of your hand getting cut off is great because how it happens is like a couple times in the prison you have to put your hand through a hole in the wall to hit a button. So you do it before and nothing happens, and then this time it's like it blows up like the exact same animation like video. So you're like, oh, okay. And like I wasn't really paying attention, and then suddenly out of nowhere my dude's like, ah, and he's like the music cut and his like hands completely off. I was like, oh my god.
Oh,
And the
that's
monster's
great.
chasing you. And I was like, oh shit.
Like a really cheesy haunted house.
Yeah, exactly. It really gave that vibe for sure.
It was giving to me VR vibe. Like I was like, this world, because it's a pretty bland world mostly, and I was like, this feels like a VR game. Like it feels like I should be playing this on like the Quest 2.
Yeah,
I was playing on a stupid laptop with stupid controls.
VR game, but you still have to use R and F to look up and down.
Which I'd be fucked because I don't know where the keys on my keyboard
No,
are.
you'd be screwed. You have to have Kelsey let you know where your fingers are.
I'd have her type for me.
Yeah.
We figure it out together. Okay, so I guess I don't know. I think I want to compare this to Faith.
Mm-hmm.
I think where I liked Faith more than this for sure. And I don't remember what review I gave Faith. It doesn't really matter.
I think it was pretty
but
low because you hated the boss fight.
I hated the boss fights, but like in retrospect, like I think the things that Faith did well, it did better, and the things that Faith did badly might have angered me, but they didn't bore me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like being a boring thing is almost more of a crime than being a frustrating thing.
Yeah.
To me, at least. Like I know that's not gonna be everyone's opinion.
I mean, that's fair.
but I think it's fair, right? Like, at least I'm feeling something.
Yeah.
like there's like a lot of like bosses in games. Like I'm a Souls guy, right? You know that, where like some bosses are fun, frustrating. Some bosses are bad, frustrating. But all of it is frustrating,
Yeah.
and that's kind of okay because at least you then get to overcome something. But I didn't really ever feel any sense of achievement while playing this. Either like we talked about the combat sections, but it's literally just like the basic enemies. You're just swinging your sword at them and stun locking,
Yeah.
which is not all that exciting. And then the bosses are, at least the ones that I fought, were just like small gimmick fights that were over quickly and easy. Like I never felt in danger, not a single time.
Yeah, I definitely never got close to being low, and they also give you like health potions. Basically, like they're like Estus flasks that you have to reload at like blood fountains.
Blood fountains, fill up your blood chalice.
Fill up your blood chalice, or multiple if you get multiple. And
I got the one.
oh, I got two. I got one from the lady that was on fire, and I got one somewhere else. I forget. What do you know?
Good for you.
Yeah, cooking. I got even three. Shit. But yeah, I never like really needed them at all. I think once when I was like casting a spell because I didn't realize there was an enemy behind me and it hit me like 3 times. I was like, why is my health so low? And I was like, oh, that was a guy. And then I killed him and then drank a potion. But that was like the only time I got close to death.
And that doesn't bother you at all?
Not like for the parts that I played, because I kind of assumed later on there would be more. And also I was less so playing the game for like the combat and more so for like exploring the world and seeing what spells they have to unlock and what shit you can get in the game. Basically, that was where my mind was at. I was like, I liked getting a new spell and seeing what it does. Like when I got like the transform into monster spell, I was like, this is sick, but then it obviously didn't work. So
Bad missed opportunity.
I
But
know.
also it's like, do you really want to, I assume if you're a monster it's just for combat, and it's like, do you really want to do that just when the even
maybe
Same
it looked
anyway.
pretty cool. I looked up
I guess that's
I
fair.
looked up the
Maybe
spells,
it would be better.
the complete spell list if you want to hear some of them.
Yeah, give me the good ones. What am I
So
missing out on?
heightened agility, I'm assuming makes you move faster. You probably would have liked
Fuck,
that
I
one.
would have killed for that one, yeah.
Replenish blood, I guess, is just a heal. Translate, which I don't know when that's going to be used, but there's a translation spell. There's rock armor, which lets you sink in water. I had to look that one up.
I had that one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Summon Marrow Fiend. I don't know what a Marrow Fiend is, but you can summon something. Shadow Realm, you turn invisible, and it makes your screen all like blue. Monster Form was that one. And then a lot of these ones I have no clue what they do, like Oculus Obscura or Fulgurious Flavor.
Okay.
The Sanguine Ritual, Drain Life, Haste, Icy Invocation. Well, I got spoiled. I thought like once I put in 4 random things and immediately found a spell, I was like, oh cool, I'm just gonna unlock like all the spells real quick. And I started putting in other stuff and it did not work like that.
Yeah, I was just unlucky. I started to do that and I didn't get a single one after like 5 or 6 tries. I just kind of gave up.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's what I did after I stopped getting them after Blizzard. So
I don't know if having more exciting spells would really change how I feel about the game though.
hey, you know, that's fair.
I really wish it could be condensed, like, because I wish it was like 20-minute segments in between fun FMV bits, right? Like I wish that there was the FMV bits were longer, and I wish that the gameplay moments were shorter.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense, right? I want the parts that didn't excite me to be smaller and the parts that were fun and creative to be bigger. I think it would have made a better cadence to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they could have told a more compelling story, and I mean just made the game more fun, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a broken record is being like, I want more of this and less of that, but it's true. So
it's funny. We're like we're swapping places from last week, basically, where you were like, like I liked all these parts of the game, and I'm like, yeah, I liked those, but I didn't have that much fun.
What did we play last week?
The Castaway.
Ah, yeah, we literally are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which, what does that say about our personalities?
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
like good games. You like bad games?
yeah. That's it. That's the takeaway for sure. I like games that are cool as fuck, and you like little kid games where you're a baby and you.
Leave me alone. Not fair. We can talk about audio, like soundtrack.
Yeah, it was super loud. It was banging though, to be honest. When I opened it up, I was like, this kind of goes hard.
I had the same experience, and then I turned the sound off.
I didn't turn it all the way off. You turned it all the way off? Like
yeah,
all the sound?
Well, I turned it way down. Like way down. It's because I don't.
That's crazy.
Like
I kind of like the
soundtrack
sound
was
design
good.
in the game. It was all these like goofy little noises, and the people were all voiced.
Yeah. I had the like VO turned up.
Okay.
Because I liked that part. Soundtrack got annoying after like 10 minutes.
Yeah, fair enough. The one part with the soundtrack, I was like, this is unnecessary. It was in like the section where it's like you're getting chased by the monster at the end after you lose your hand. They didn't change the music at all. It's the exact same music that's been playing for the last hour. And I was like, they couldn't even make it a little like dun 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 or something, like amp it up a little. Yeah. But you know, what are you gonna do?
Missed opportunities across the board.
Yeah, let me look. I don't even know if there's a tier list out for this game.
Can I do a pitch on what fundamental, like I wonder if I was the producer of this game and I had editing power, can I pitch exactly what I do?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I would nix all the other areas of the game and make it take place just in the castle. I think the castle location had the most intrigue to me because there were so many like doors and hidden things. And I think honestly, you kind of go the Hogwarts route where like you're going to different areas of the castle, you're learning new spells from people after like helping them out with like funny or interesting tasks, like setting them on fire, then putting them out or whatever. And then you're just unlocking rooms and just staying in that hub world. I think that to me would have been exciting. I would have really liked that because it would have cut out a lot of that travel time. And it would have condensed. I think they could have taken all their like puzzles and their cool ideas. Like I do think there's a lot of cool ideas, and put them into a smaller area, right? Like a smaller map. So that way you have this kind of condensed hub and center of like fun and intrigue and creative ideas instead of spreading them out over so many areas. Yeah. That to me, like it starts to feel thin, right? Like the game world looks thin when you're playing. It feels thin, and I think if they were able to condense that, it would have been really cool. And I think they could have done some interesting things with level design if they were able to like do that all in one castle. I'm thinking like Dark Souls 1, just like the incredible level design of just that first castle. Like there's so many things you can do with different floors and secret entrances, and like the creator of this obviously loves making secrets and adding secrets, right? Like that feels like a big part of the game.
Yeah.
Like talking to NPCs that like you could just walk by, but they have something interesting to say and something interesting for you to do for them. I just wish it was all way tighter and closer together to, like I said before, make the moment to moment more exciting.
Yeah.
That's my pitch.
There's your pitch. Hey,
Okudoku, is that their name?
I'll take it for. I'll give you $200,000 for 70% equity in the company.
Make it 85 and we got.
All right, you got it.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
I assume
with
you
that
changed
said,
nothing, 'cause this is a 10 out of 10 for you.
yeah, probably like my favorite game I've ever played. I think.
I mean, I'd imagine when all you've played is dog shit roguelites.
Yeah,
This is probably pretty good.
all I've played is NBA 2K25. With that being said, what would you rate the game?
I would rate this game 4.5 female wizards out of 10. I think it's a slightly below average game. I think it's bolstered by the use of FMV and the excitement that creates, and the funny writing, honestly, and the creative use of spellcasting and the systems around that. I think that is wholly unique, even if it's borrowing from 90s style games. I think then putting that in a modern sense and using it in this way is really fun and really cool. Like I said a bunch of times throughout this, I just think it's stretched way too thin, and the controls, I wish that there was some accessibility features that, like, it sounds weird saying accessibility features, but I really do think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, it was uncomfortable for me to play, and it detracted from my enjoyment of the game. I think with like a few of those fixes, it could be like a 7 out of 10, and I think that's probably about as high as it could get.
Yeah.
Like, for me, unless there was some like really big changes, right?
Okay.
Yeah, 4.5, little below average, but once again, the creativity of whoever made this is really coming through, because the FMV is so funny. Like it's every time it would come on, there's some dudes be doing something silly. I would always like turn the monitor over to Kelsey and we'd have a good laugh.
It's definitely the vibe of like you're in your like high school video production class making a.
My first note is this is video production, the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. You're into a hilarious bit, I'm sure.
No, that was about the end of it. If I had to give a rating to this game,
you don't have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can just move on if you want.
Oh shit, dude, that's way easier. All right, see you guys.
Okay, lay it on me. Lay it on me. No, I take it back. Come on.
I'm gonna give this game, with an asterisk, a 6.5 out of 10. The asterisk being, it would be higher if I didn't get hard locked and unable to continue playing the game.
What would it be if you didn't get hard locked?
Like a 7, maybe 7.5.
Like a pretty big deal.
Probably lost a point.
Only a half. Okay, I was gonna say only a half point for the game not working anymore. Is crazy.
Listen, I rate the parts that I played, and the parts that I played were a 6.5 out of 10, but they would have been a 7 or a 7.5 if I did not, at the very end of my play, be unable to use the cool spell I got. So
it also almost feels like part of the experience here. Yeah,
it kind of checks out. I feel like my character is just trapped in that prison for eternity now. He fucked it up.
It's become part of the.
He tried to cast a spell too close to the wall. It sounds like something that would happen in the game.
Tale as old as time, an Icarus tale, really. You flew too close to the sun, you learned too many cool spells too quick.
Too close to a wall.
Paid the price. Hate when I learn spells too close to the wall.
Yeah.
It's got me fucked up.
So I looked up Hand of Doom tier lists on Tier Maker, and I scrolled through about 3 Doom, the game Doom tier lists. And I found one that was Italian hand gestures, if you want to do that.
That sounds perfect.
Okay. Starting off. It wasn't me or.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Looks like
they're shaking their hands.
They're going like, hey, Hey, it wasn't me. Hey, come on.
Hey, yeah.
It's a pretty good one. As it depends if
I
they're
was gonna
doing
say-
it. If they're doing
it's a
it
D tier.
full arms and elbows, it's not good. If they're just kind of throwing up the wrists, you know, they're keeping their elbows locked, but they're kind of throwing up the wrists like, hey, it wasn't me. That's better.
I think no hand gesture, like no hand movement, just like the raising of the palms is like a B. But I think like the waving the hands, which is indicated in the picture,
That's
makes
true.
it a C.
That's true. That's true. I'm okay with that. This one, I can't tell what he's doing. He's picking his nose or something.
He's like it's kind of like a fuck you, I believe. Like it's like you kind of like
Oh,
flick your
that's pretty
nose with your
cool.
thumb, which I like. It's like I like that it's like low key. Some Italians are gonna come after me because I don't actually know that. I'm just kind of saying.
Yeah,
it,
maybe
but-
that's like "I love you, mom" in Italian. It's not a language. But, well, Italian's a language. This is not a language. This is not how Italians speak.
confirmed. Italian's not real.
Italians just speak in hand
speak
gestures.
Italianese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a B.
Yeah, I feel like because I don't recognize it and I don't know what it means. Truthfully, I feel like a B, I guess. Maybe even a C.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget
What the fuck is
about it.
that?
Oh, this is an S tier for sure.
That's an S tier. We don't.
That's
even
the
need to talk about it.
quintessential. This one he's
That's
doing a
ideal.
little loop de loo with his finger.
Is he conducting?
Maybe.
If you follow the arrow of his thumb or his like fingers, it does not make sense.
That's what I'm trying to get here. He's like forget
You know what I mean?
about it.
Like raising the finger. Yeah, yeah.
This is
Hey.
okay. Or white power.
I was gonna say the fact that it's a white power symbol is unfortunate, but we can't let them take that from us.
Yeah.
No. I mean, Italians are white.
Yeah,
a lot
they're
of times.
oh yeah. I think all the time. Well,
Italian power.
Italian power.
No. Sure,
Thumbs
you
up.
can be B,
That's a good one.
right? I
Okay,
think that's good.
it's a B if you're in traffic and someone cuts you off. That shit's an S.
What? You're giving thumbs up to people that cut you off?
Give a thumbs up to someone that cut you off.
Pussy? You would flip them off.
I do. I'm saying if you give a thumbs up, I'd be more offended at thumbs up than a flip off.
I feel like I'd be proud. I'd be like, yeah, they respect my game. My cutoff game.
No, it's like an aggressive thumbs up.
If it's in the gladiator sense, S tier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, then we have to flip it
Kill them.
because that means that they're killing him. They flip it up. I think that means they survive, right?
I actually think false. I actually think thumbs up means kill him. I'm searching.
Okay, look it up.
Thumbs up gesture meant the gladiator was to be killed.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
You got me.
I win. I absolutely win.
Middle
'Cause
finger.
killing is what the people want.
Killing is what people want.
Low key. Like C tier.
You don't like the middle finger?
it's
It's not very
I think it's
Italian. Is that
antiquated.
Italian?
I don't think it's Italian. I also don't like the way my middle finger looks. It's too long and bony.
Hmm.
Kind of like my skinny penis.
All right,
and my
but you,
tiny
yeah, and your tiny
balls.
balls. It's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, but if you're in traffic, where's it going?
Still C. I think road rage.
I think it's got to be at least top of C though.
Okay. I mean, if you want to make an argument for it to be higher,
I'd put it
Feel free.
right next to the thumbs up. These are like quintessential everyday.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, they're the most frequently used.
Yeah. We can put it below thumbs up though.
Okay, thank you.
This one is S tier. This is the poly walnuts.
It's not above. No.
It's poly walnuts. He deserves his own tier if anything.
What? Ollie walnuts?
Look at him.
Oh, okay. See, in that sense, S tier.
Yeah.
But that's
That's
not
what
the
I'm
symbol
saying.
they're doing.
Yeah,
You realize
they just
that
didn't have it.
symbol-
That's what
that's the-
it's got to be what it is.
That means love, right? Yeah, that's love. That's sign language for love.
Oh, it's not poly walnuts.
And
That's
that's-
pussy shit.
Forget about it. That's what I'm saying. The way Polly Walnuts is doing it fucks.
Yeah, that's like I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Also, I feel like I've used pussy too many times derogatorily, and I'm starting to feel bad about it. I said it once, and it just stuck.
Dude, don't be a
Yeah.
pussy about it.
It's all men watching this anyways.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it's okay, right?
Once we diversify a bit, we can stop.
I hate us. I hate this list. I hate this podcast. It brings out the worst in both of us.
But there's gonna be a lot of stuff left on the cutting room floor on this one. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be an editing nightmare for you.
I mean, this is our tier list. I think it's pretty good.
I completely stand by this.
This is
If
definitely
someone
the most Italian
if any-
gesture.
at what's their email? GameSerialReviews@gmail.com. If you're a real Italian person, go ahead and email me, and we can set something up where you come in, you describe the ones you don't understand, and we can see if it changes.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do a background check.
Yeah, we
On
got to
it.
figure it out.
We only have one thing left to do.
Oh man, yeah. After all these Italians are really getting in my brain. They're. I feel like I got worms in my head.
You can't see me, but I'm doing hella Italian symbols, hand gestures right now.
I'm just throwing out poly walnuts after poly walnuts. This guy's probably throwing out peanuts.
That was rude.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got a little fired up.
You took it one step too far.
Yeah. Hey, with that being said, why don't you close us out?
With that being said, I'm gonna pull up the Steam game that I have chosen for this week. Oh, in a moment, please.
Oh boy. Geno Panic?
Geno Panic.
Geno Panic.
I don't think it's said like that, but Tom's saying it.
Geno Panic?
No, I think Geno is the right way. I don't think it's Geno Panic.
Geno Panic is a pixel art Metroidvania inspired, oh man, adventure platformer. Explore corridors of the space station, teeming with secrets and dangers, and engage in boss fights, solve puzzles, and uncover hidden mysteries in the dark atmosphere of a sci-fi research complex. Discover the truth with each step, and then it cuts off the description.
So I picked this because I've been really wanting a platformer
Oh, okay.
to pick. And then I was looking through platformers, and I couldn't find one that looked like it was truly calling my name.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw this, and it has, like, I was watching videos, there's platforming elements. I think that it looks like there's some interesting physics-based puzzle solving.
Hey, there you go.
And it looks like it'll be fun.
It is fucked up. You went and trashed on Hand of Doom for being a Metroidvania, and then chose a Metroidvania for your next game.
I was wrestling internally. I was like, I don't really know if I should do this because I'm probably not gonna like it because of that, but I think it'll be okay. I'm doing my best.
Maybe by the end of 3 months from now, when we played another 5 Metroidvanias, because we keep choosing them for some reason, I'll start to like them. I'll have the acquired taste.
What other Metroidvanias have we chosen?
We chose Narita Boy. This one was kind of a Metroidvania. Hand of Doom. Zorch a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't really play that one though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Doesn't count.
Hylix, you could maybe not Hylix.
No, Hylix doesn't count.
Definitely Narita Boy though.
Yeah, but Narita Boy that episode never came out. So.
Came out on YouTube.
Yeah, but YouTube doesn't count.
Hey, since our last video got 1,000 views, that one got 2 more views. So someone went back and saw that and probably was like, "Oh, this one fucking sucks."
That's kind of fun. And then they unsubscribed after that. Is it time I close us out of here?
I think you close us out of here. Shut the door on me, kick me out, punch me.
Okay, everybody, time to get the fuck out of my house. This
Hey.
has been Game Serial, where once a week we review a small indie game that costs about a box of cereals worth of coins and pennies and dollars.
I could hear the
That's pretty
Italian
cool.
gesture in that "get the fuck out."
I was doing it.
Yeah.
Could you hear it?
I could hear it. I could hear it through the
doing
mic. Yeah.
It was more Mac style karate chops actually.
Oh,
but...
dude, that's so cool
yeah, I
though.
was doing hand stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So please like, please subscribe. Thank you to all the new listeners and subscribers. Y'all are the best. Makes me very happy. Every time I tell my girlfriend we got another subscriber, she gives me a hug. So it's the only way she'll touch me anymore.
Yep,
so
farming it. You
keep
gotta
them
farm it.
coming. Yep. I'm in there.
You're
you're
unsubscribing and
subscribing.
resubscribing.
Yeah,
You're
I've got
another one.
20 different emails going. Shit. Okay, we will see you guys next week with Geno Panic. hopefully we enjoy it so we can have a fun conversation about it.
This could be the Metroidvania to top all Metroidvanias for us.
For us, we've played a couple and don't like them.
Yeah. We played 30 minutes of Hollow Knight.